Hey Cancer, um, I pulled a past, present, and future spread for you today with your overall energy at the bottom of my deck, which is the Empress. So the Empress is a culmination of all the queens put together. She's like the ultimate nurturer of whatever she touches, whatever her interests are, whatever her passion is, her love, anything in the physical realm, like anything she touches, she nurtures. And she's a good balance of all the queens. Like she just, no one element overpowers any other. But the first thing that none of that is, I mean, I guess that's relevant. That's relevant to the end of this reading. But the first thing that my eye went to in this card is that I believe at the forefront of this card is wheat. Now, I could be wrong about that, but whether I am or am not wrong, that is what my eye caught on to. And it makes total sense with the rest of your reading, because while she is a nurturer, like she also has all the other qualities of the queens. And in this case, it feels very Queen of Swords to me. And then this wheat at the front, my first thought, like I said, was separating the wheat from the chaff. And I feel like that's the mode you're in right now. And I say that because in your past position, you have the Four of Cups in reverse, the Page of Cups upright, and the Three of Wands in reverse. Show you those cards here. So with the Four of Cups in reverse, this card typically means like you're being offered something, or being given a gift. The universe is trying to show you something, and either you don't care, you're not paying attention to it, or you're paying attention to these other three cups instead of the one that's being offered to you, or you're just what's that word? Not disassociating, but like apathy. There we go. It's like you're apathetic to all the options, I suppose, all the things in front of you. But it is in the reverse, and if you see it right next to the Page of Cups, it's the Page of Cups is holding out his cup also with a little fish inside. And if you see, like, side by side, it's like either they're being given or taken, right? And in either card, you could take it that way. And it felt like to me that you took this cup, because this Four of Cups is in the reverse. I don't feel like you were ignoring it. I feel like you were fully aware of what was being offered to you. And because the Page of Cups comes next, it's like he took what was being offered. And I feel like that's you. With that said, the Three of Wands in reverse is what's next. And the Three of Wands is like taking some passionate idea, taking your wand, right? And if you go from like the idea, the spark, which is the Ace, to the Two, which is creating some form of a business or plan, I guess, some sort of plan, and then to the Three, which is here, this is like putting that plan into action. Now, because it was in the reverse, it's like this, whatever this was, you accepted it. But I don't think it looked like what you were expecting. I don't think the outcome is necessarily what you were expecting with this Three of Wands in reverse. maybe you did, you know, you put this into action. You started the ball rolling, but I don't think it's a negative thing. Like it may just not be what you were expecting. So then we come to your present energy, and you have the Five of Cups in reverse with the Hierophant in reverse. These are both in reverse. Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is typically like focusing more on what you've lost rather than what you still have left. Focusing on the negative instead of the positive. But it's in the reverse, along with the Hierophant in the reverse. Hierophant is like societal norms and religion, anything structured, right? So with those both together in the reverse, it feels to me more like neither of those things. It feels quite the opposite. Like you're focusing on the positive. You're focusing on what you can control, and rather than being controlled, rather than doing what society expects you to, or your family, you know, you're focusing on the positive and focusing on what you can control and not what others tell you is the right path, right? And then we come to your future, which is the Nine of Swords in reverse and the Emperor. Emperor. Nine of Swords is like negative thought patterns, sleepless nights, rumination, etc. And then the Emperor is the King of all kings, much like the Empress is the Queen of all queens, right? He's the ultimate boss. And I feel like this is saying that this is done. You're done with this. You're done with the sleepless nights. You're done with the rumination. That's over. And now you're in your boss power. You are in boss mode and in your power and forward focused, I think. So then, if you noticed, you have the Empress at the bottom of the deck and the Emperor at the end. And that is like ultimate balance, right? It's the balance of your masculine and feminine. And which we all have both in us. So I'm going to clarify with my other deck here. Let's see if there's some more that I can give you. Let's start with your past. So you got the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles. Knights they're the court card in each of your what's the word I'm looking for? In each suit, you have a knight, and the knight is the one who takes action on whatever it is that the page prepares. So the page is that's your court card who does the learning. He or she does the materials gathering, etc. Well, the knight is the one who takes all that information and all the materials and pushes forward on the idea or the plan. And so the Knight of Cups, though, is in reverse, and so I'm gonna have to think on that for a second. But it's with the Eight of Pentacles upright, and so in your past, this offering that was pushed in your direction, that you accepted, that maybe you felt like didn't look exactly like you had expected. It's something that you worked very, very hard towards. You put in a lot of effort. You were very consistent. Just like knocking out one pentacle after the other. But it's paired with the Knight of Cups in reverse. Let me look at this card for a moment. I wonder, so cups are water, and water is emotion. It's like internal creativity. It's intuition. I just wonder, if this is unfulfilling work for you. Emotionally unfulfilling. That's what this appears to be. Like it's not, or wasn't. This is in the past, so it just appears that this isn't or wasn't what you were expecting, and it's not really fulfilling. But again, like in the present moment, you're ignoring all that. You're trying to focus on the positive, like what good there is despite the lack of emotional fulfillment. And then in the future, you've shut it off. You're not allowing that thought process to bother you. It's what it seems like. So I want to clarify your present. Sorry. So in the present, you have the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Sun. The Seven of Wands is a card of like putting up a wall, putting up a barrier. No, it's breaking down barriers, isn't it? Actually, I'm just going to look at the picture here and see what I can. Yeah, I mean, it feels like breaking down barriers. Okay, so, which makes sense because you have the Five of Cups in reverse with the Hierophant in reverse, which, as I said, is like you're ignoring any outside influence. You're ignoring what society or whoever has to say about anything. And this has got you happy. Like, this was in the reverse, but this has got you happy. And I mean, according to every tarot reader out there, the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. And so, like, you couldn't care less about what other people have to say. You're just in your own world. You're ignoring the crap out of everybody. You've put up your blinders, your block, and you're just basking in the sun. You're just like, whatever, I'm good. Which makes sense that this is done. You know, you're not dealing with this anymore. This rumination. So I'll clarify the future placement here. Oh, something already came out. The Ace of Pentacles. Yep. So the Ace of Pentacles is all the aces are new beginnings. The Ace of Pentacles particularly is a new beginning in the physical realm. So this could be, anything physical. It could be a new job. It could be whatever the situation is, whether it's a job, a relationship, I don't know, a new home, anything in the physical. This could be a new beginning in that. And it feels like that new beginning has a really good balance for you. You're very balanced in this, and probably due to the lack of bother that you're exhibiting. And then there's the Page of Wands in the reverse, clarifying the Empress as your overall energy. Okay, so I'm gonna look. So what I've been getting from this Page of Wands a lot recently is he's in the desert. He's wearing like a cowl over his face, I guess to protect him from sandstorms or whatever. And what I'm getting a lot with it is the phrase, waiting for the dust to settle. It's like he's waiting for the dust to settle. But I think it's already settled for you, because it's clarifying the Empress and it's in reverse. And so I feel like it's the dust has settled finally. Like whatever you've gone through, it's done. Like it's done. And you've got this, you know, new beginning and it doesn't have to be a new beginning in a relationship, so to speak. It could be just like a thought pattern, right? Which makes more sense because it's clarifying your Nine of Wands in reverse, your negative thought pattern. So, and while Pentacles aren't necessarily the, you know, of the mental space, you know, our thoughts do control our reality. And so I think that, yeah, you've just got like a new perspective maybe on this problem, or what was a problem. It doesn't seem like it's a problem anymore. You seem good to go. So I'm going to pull one more card for you. This is my Woodland Wardens Oracle deck, and I like to pull it for two reasons. One is I like that it gives me synchronicities to look out for, and then two, it tells me like what energy I need to be in to get to this future placement, to get to where I want to be. A happy ending, so to speak. Okay, your card is the Deer and the Oat in the reverse. And at the bottom of this card, it says the word healing. And I mean, I'm going to read it for you, but that speaks for itself. I don't think you're healing any longer. I think you're healed. And I believe that's why it's showing up in the reverse. But I'm going to read it for you anyway. The shy and gentle fallow deer is known for its white spots and the broad, velvety antlers it sheds and regrows each year. Similarly, oats are symbols of restorative nutrition. Even in poor soil, oats can flourish, providing hearty sustenance. I'm sorry, I'm failing at reading, but the oats were making me think of the wheat, separating the wheat from the chaff and the Empress. So I'll repeat that, sorry. The shy and gentle fallow deer is known for its white spots and the broad velvety antlers it sheds and regrows each year. Similarly, oats are symbols of restorative nutrition. Even in poor soil, oats can flourish, providing hearty sustenance. Yeah, so like even though this, whatever this was, it wasn't what you were expecting, it wasn't what you had intended, it wasn't what you planned, you're still flourishing. Yeah. Even in poor soil, oats can flourish. Now, because it was in the reverse, I'm going to go ahead and read the reverse meaning, but it It doesn't feel right, but I'm going to leave this up to you. It says you may be feeling overwhelmed and in need of a break. Consider withdrawing for a while to heal in isolation. I don't see any cards of isolation. I mean, I guess you could view these two cards as that. Like this one's all alone under a tree, just kind of contemplating life maybe. And then this one here is like sad and lonely. But they're both in the reverse, so that's why it doesn't feel that way to me. It feels more, I guess she's pretty lonely too, or in isolation. Not necessarily lonely, but definitely sad. But that one's also in the reverse, so to me it just feels like you're already healed, or at least at this point. But that's the energy you need to be in, is healing. Healing yourself so that you can have this outcome. Okay, I think that's all I have. That one was a little tougher for me than the others, but I enjoyed it. So I hope to see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed yourself too. Bye.